Hi, this is Cid Fairbanks, and my mother, Rufina Marie Laws Lozano, asked me to videotape her. She had a few concerns and to post it. So here I am helping my mom out. Go ahead, Mom.
Hi, my name is Rufina Marie Laws Lozano, and you may have heard of my name before, as probably about 25, 30 years ago, I was deeply involved with the storage of nuclear waste here in New Mexico. And what I did there was stand up and voice my opinion in regards to this terrible situation that New Mexico, and not only New Mexico, but the entire United States was faced with had they started transporting nuclear waste and dumping it here in New Mexico. That program ended. At this time, I am addressing a different issue. First of all, I'm a Mescalero Apache. I am also half Mexican. I have not said much in many years because I'm basically a quiet person, just doing what I need to do, making quilts and talking to my friends and things like that, but not getting out there and doing anything political. I have not heard about this policy much in the newspapers, but I did read something in WashingtonPost.com regarding the detention of immigrant children in Brownsville, Texas, and the fact that the Trump administration is planning to create many more detention centers like this in which to house immigration problems that they're facing. I am speaking out at this time because, as I read, those children do not have a voice. Nobody is concerned about them. They're being detained right now, 1,500 of them in Brownsville, Texas, a detention center in cages, sometimes 5 children to a cage. The younger ones are as young as 10 years old. Older ones are teenagers. I don't know, there's some that are even younger than that. And yet nobody is saying anything about it. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's doing anything. They're turning a senator away from trying to investigate to see what's going on. They're turning reporters away. It's illegal. That's illegal. It's unconstitutional. Nowhere in the Constitution of the United States does it say that this can occur. But this is what's happening right now, and it's going to continue to happen if nobody speaks up about it or says anything about it. Why am I talking about this? I have children. I have 2 children. I have grandchildren. I have 8 grandchildren. I have great-grandchildren. Great grandchildren. I haven't got to great yet. But what I'm saying is that it's my greatest pleasure to reach out and touch each generation that there is. Now, these parents that have these children, they're separated from their children. They should be holding them, protecting them, loving them, providing for them, and taking care of their needs. But no, the parents are in Mexico somewhere, crying for their children, searching for their children, trying to figure out how to get back their children. And the children are here in the United States being detained like animals in cages. You know, the last time that happened here in America that I am aware of was when they detained Native American children in schools like Carlisle Institute. And that was over 150 years ago. When I was a young teenager, I met one of those elderlies that came from that system. He was a wonderful, wonderful man, and it was my greatest pleasure to have spoken to him and know that how he felt about that whole thing. He spoke to me about it, and I was probably every bit of 15 years old at the time. At that time, I thought about it, but I never thought I would hear of anything like this ever happening again here in the United States. But it's going on right now, except we're doing that to the children from the hemisphere. You know, every single square foot of this hemisphere belongs to Native Americans. North America, Central America, and South America, we're all Americans. Now, how can we say that we're not going to stand up for these children because, oh, they're not United States of America Americans? That's ridiculous. You need to get off of your electronics, your TV. You need to get away from your Facebook and your sports. You need to get involved with this issue, especially if you're Native American. And right now, I want to say something. The fact that our forefathers died for the wars that America's created. And they died in those wars. They fought for America. They fought for this thing called democracy, where everybody has a voice and everybody's represented and everybody says something. And right now, what we're doing is wrong. Our forefathers fought this tyranny that was going to kill the Western civilization. They fought it. The code talkers were the ones that saved America. They were the ones that were able to use the Navajo language, and they saved the Western civilization. And I, for one, am so proud of those people that they were able to stand up in the front lines for America. And now, you know what? Those values are being trampled on right now. And the values that they fought for is being completely pushed aside for something that I'm not too sure of if anybody understands. It's a tyranny that's taking over. And we can't allow this to happen, not to our own children and not to anyone else's children. Right now, I'm calling out the governor of New Mexico, Susana Martinez. I understand that you agree with this policy. I understand you stood up for it and you like it. You know what? That's wrong. Why aren't you fighting for these children? You're Hispanic. I'm half Hispanic. I'm Native American. Now, why aren't you standing up for your blood? I'm also calling out the senators of New Mexico. I'm questioning, why aren't you front and center on this issue? Why aren't you down in Brownsville, Texas, fighting for these children? Because New Mexico is a Hispanic, Native American, Anglo-American, Black, Muslim, every kind of America that you can imagine is here. Why aren't you standing up for them? It can happen to any one of them. It can happen to any one of our people. What's going on down there? Give it enough time, and this can happen anywhere in this country. And it can happen right here in New Mexico. How come the legislature of New Mexico, all you guys that we elect and send over there to Santa Fe, how come you're not speaking out against this? Most of you have blood relatives here in New Mexico that are Hispanic, Native Americans, all the other Americans. Why aren't you speaking out? Why aren't you concerned about this? I'm also bringing front and center that this happened before to Native Americans when they sent the kids to Carlisle Indian School. We, as Native Americans today, no matter where you find them in America, suffer a traumatic impact of what happened at Carlisle Indian School. We still have the effects of that. Now, these children that are being detained like they're being detained today, and this is the year 2018, they're going to suffer those same traumatic memories. Okay. I need to tell you that in the last election, my choice was Bernie Sanders. And then something happened. Bernie Sanders got pushed aside for Hillary Clinton. I don't know all the, I don't even want to think about that. I have read about it, gone into great detail about it. I even put a lot of my money toward helping Bernie get elected, not millions, not thousands, but money for Bernie. And I understand that it all went in a different direction. Okay? That was not nice. That was pretty rotten. But you know what? For that reason, and because of Benghazi and different things like that, I just said, no. I will not vote for HRC. I threw my vote to Trump. But that was not exactly who I wished to be in our presidency. But he was.
And he is.
And he is. Why am I saying this? Because this immoral, evil, undemocratic immigration policy comes from his administration. I haven't stood up for anything that I believed in for so long. But I have children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and more to follow. And I'm standing up for those kids. I'm standing up for my own kids and grandkids and great-grandkids. And you, if you are Native American, if you are Mexican American, if you are Hispanic, Latino American, if you are any kind of American, I don't care, Jewish, Muslim, Caucasian, you need to stand up for these kids. They have no voice, and nobody's helping them. Nobody's speaking for them. That's why I'm speaking today.
Thank you, Mom. Okay.
Okay.